All right, guys, welcome back to another video. So basically what we got going on is we're about to head to the gym. We're gonna hit some back and some biceps. We got our pre mixed up in a water bottle, bro. What the heck? Because low-key my brother forgot the shaker cups down at the shore house, so we have no shaker cups right now. The other one's really small and I don't like it. I'm missing the lid to the other one, and so basically I only have two that are in functionability right now, and those both are not within my accessibility right now. Like, I cannot physically touch them and put liquid in them and also pour up that drink. So freaking pre in the water bottle, bro. Like, low-key this pre dissolves really well though, so it's like it doesn't even matter. But basically, guys, we're gonna go hit some back and biceps. My glycogen is replenished, bro. Like, I'm feeling swole. I'm actually on swole mode. Just wait till you see. Like, I'm on swole mode. Benching recently, been benching heavy as fork, bro. Finally getting consistent with 405 again. I did 2 singles with 405 this week, and I also hit a PR of 315 for 12, bro, on bench, bro. So next benching video is going to be insane, I think. But with that being said, I'm going to do enough. I've done enough yapping, so let's go. Also, like, what the heck, bro? Why so glorious outside? Like, what the heck? So freaking glorious and majestic, and it's glistening all over the place. Okay, guys, so we have arrived at the gym. And real quick, before we head inside, I actually have something that I would like to talk about with you guys real quick. I actually just got an Instagram DM essentially asking about what I am about to say to you guys. So it's fresh on the dome, so I want to make sure that I represent this thoroughly and, explain it as accurately as possible. And now, of course, I'm going to use the gym as an example, but this kind of applies to any aspect of life, really. And it's essentially how important it is to be as honest and objective with yourself as possible, because a lot of people tend to live in sort of this land of, like, cope and, like, make-believe, philosophies to match their agenda and essentially justify actions in their own life, which otherwise might be less than ideal. And for example, we'll use the gym once again. Only you truly know if you're genuinely training with maximum effort. If you really could have gotten another rep, or if you really couldn't have, were you truly at failure? By the end of your workout, do you actually know that you gave it your 100% all? And most of you will say, like, yeah, of course I train hard. I train with intent, so on and so forth. But really take a good hard look at yourself and be as objective and honest as possible. Are you really training as hard as you can? Because 99% of people out there are not, okay? And like I said, this applies with everything in life. People will always, come up with these philosophies to match their agenda, to just be like, yeah, I'm doing enough. Yeah, I'm going hard enough. Yeah, I'm doing well, so on and so forth, whatever. But really, they're not. And they've just created this, like, this false sense of cope, essentially. It's just cope, where they're justifying certain actions. They're using certain aspects of their life or certain specific nuanced things that aren't, like, universal. And they're saying, well, because of that, then it actually makes up for that. And because I do this, I don't have to do that. And then, but really, you're just half-assing and cutting yourself short. And I'm going to be completely honest. I am absolutely guilty of this, okay? Everyone is. It's human nature. I mean, everyone's going to want to, justify things to themselves to make themselves feel better. Of course, no one wants to be brutally honest with themselves, but it is important that we all try our best to be in most cases. I'm sure there are, like, certain aspects of life where it's, like, acceptable to, maybe justify certain things to yourself that might be less than ideal. Like, maybe I'd say for me specifically, I definitely don't do cardio as much and as consistently as I should, but because of my job, because I build scaffold and I'm always running around with heavy material and the harness and all that, I find it very easy to justify to myself, like, I don't gotta do cardio. Only you truly know if you're training with true intent. So every single time you walk into the gym, or every single time you go to work, or every single time you do whatever endeavor you are pursuing, I would say be as brutally honest with yourself. And are you truly giving it 100%? And most of the times that is no, but people will absolutely justify to themselves why they're not giving 100%. When in reality, all those things don't matter. None of those, like, they matter, but they shouldn't conflict with your pursuit of success, if that makes sense. Whether that be in the gym, whether that be with your job, or whether that be with your freaking business, or whatever the heck you want to do, or if that is with you reaching Unreal in Fortnite next season or something like that. Basically, guys, you shouldn't let these like little random factors that are like these little nuances that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things impact the greater goal. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that throw you off track, because you'd be surprised how these little justifications in your mind can add up little by little. Next thing you know, that day where you were like, I can skip cardio today, no big deal. And then you do it again, and then you do it again, and then you do it again. Now you're starting to scale into a lot of missed cardio. You know what I'm saying? So there's little justifications can add up into a much greater lack of result, if that makes sense. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go lift. Let's go, bruh.
All my life, it's the only way I'll ever feel alive. Kiss the rose, love is blind. I don't care about the thorns if you're my type. Oh, you got me wide awake when you keep living in my mind. Heartbeat, heartbeat, start that beat again. I need you night and day, 'cause only you can get me high. Heartbeat, heartbeat, you make all the things for me. Running wild, keep me sweet. 'Cause I like it when you take control of me. When your love runs so deep, it's like sugar in my veins and I can't sleep. No, no, you got me wide awake when you keep living in my mind. Heartbeat, heartbeat, start that beat again. I need you night and day, 'cause only you can get me high. Heartbeat, heartbeat, you make all the things for me.
Alright guys, so it is 2 days later now, and I'm about to edit this video up right now, and I never filmed an outro, so I hope you guys did enjoy. Please leave a like and a comment, and also hit that flipping subscribe button. But with that being said, guys, I will talk to you next time. Peace out. Adios.